Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We are going to inquire about a message you need to hear right now, and we're also going to be looking at the week ahead. And I always trust that when you come across these readings, you come across them because the timing is right for you. So we have three paths to choose from. First of all, welcome back. Welcome back if you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul. Beautiful souls, welcome so much and thank you for being here. And welcome if you're new. Let's have a look at our cards. So, for pile one, you have the card of the desert. We're going to draw runes and charms as well in just a moment. For pile two, you have Aletheia. This is for pile two. And for pile three, you have the thread. Very interesting energy, very, very interesting. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see the cards a little bit more clearly. I will leave the video running in a few moments as well, so that you have a little bit of time to sit with them, and I will also ask the universe too which pile or piles are recommended today, and I'll put that timestamp in the description below. Now, we have three cards. Let's draw charms and runes as well. I'm just going to put these little counters out so that you've got a way of seeing the charms really clearly. So you have, for pile one, a dragon. That's really super nice. Beautiful little dragon charm. Okay, for pile two, you have the Om sign. That's for pile two. And pile three, you have a unicorn. Oh, that's beautiful. So those are the charms. That is chuck it on the runes. Okay, pile one, you have Berkana. Berkana is a rune of growth. It's the kind of the traditional language of it, but its name is Berkana. Pile two, you have Manas. This is the rune of the self. And pile three, you have Breakthrough, the rune of Dagaz. Okay, so those, my beautiful souls, are the cards, the runes, and the charms for three piles. Let me just make sure the video is, hopefully the camera is focusing properly on those for you. Now, I will leave the camera running a few moments longer. If you need even longer, just press the pause button. Take as long as you like, as long as you need. You may find the charm speaks to you, or the rune, or the card, or a mixture of both. Sometimes people find it's a rune from one and a card from another. Trust whatever you are drawn to. It is almost certainly going to be the right reading for you. And I'll leave the video running, press the pause if you need longer, and then I will move into the Ask the Universe part of the video. So beautiful souls, I will see you in a moment. Welcome everyone. We're now going to ask the universe to find the right pile for you. This is the homepage of my website, and this is like a random number checker. It's a bit like putting your name into a raffle and trusting that if you're meant to win it, the universe will bring you that winning ticket. So we're going to ask the universe to reveal the pile or piles that are meant to be viewed today. Let us find out what is shown for today. Today we have all three piles. Wow, this doesn't happen very often. Piles 1 and 2 and 3. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, Welcome to your reading. You have the card of the desert with a dragon and also Berkana. Berkana is a whole new phase of life, but very often after some sort of a challenge or a difficulty. It's like something's come to an end. It's really interesting, actually. Just what seems to be coming through really strongly. This will be relevant to some, but not all. But just seeing this sort of like fire-breathing dragon. You know, the desert is a place which is really hot, parched. And Berkana is connected to the birch tree. And after a forest fire, when everything is sort of, you think it's all gone, the birch tree pushes its way through. It's like it's the first tree to literally begin a new forest, to start afresh. And these hands are emerging. I am wondering if your message today is to do with you emerging after a period of either drought or a period where it felt as though something significant either couldn't happen, or some of you could even have burnt out, actually. It's coming through. Let me see, what are we being shown here? It certainly suggests that something is perhaps over. We have the 12th house introspection. Okay, let me kindly ask for an immediate message for my pile ones. And we have Sagittarius expand. I wonder if you need to do something in order to expand. Do you have to burn your bridges even, maybe? You have Juno, the rune of partnership. 12th house introspection, expand. A new period of growth. What else are we shown here for my pile ones? You have the slave. Ooh. Okay, well, this is really interesting. The light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. The shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Introspection. Juno partnership. You also have, victim. Wow, the light attribute. This energy is preventing you from letting yourself be victimized, or indeed to victimize others. The shadow attributes, playing the victim in order to get positive feedback in the form of either pity or an inability to maintain your personal boundaries. Okay, now I'm just going to shift the cards around a little bit to make sure we can get all of these in view for you. Okay, there we are. We have everything in view. Now, my beautiful pile ones, this is, I think, a really, really powerful message, because the introspection is about recognizing effectively where you have given away your power. Where have you allowed yourself to be manipulated by somebody who pulls the strings, or not really stepped into your light? Perhaps because of somebody else's opinions or perspectives. Right at the center of this is your relationship with others. Now, it could be with a specific person, with partnership. Do you know, it's a possibility that you have held yourself back in the face of someone else, a specific person, who left you feeling, I think, pretty burnt out, almost quite as if the landscape around them was quite barren. But it could also be that it could be a circumstance, a general circumstance, your relationship to a circumstance or a situation. But I do feel this is a turning point, because this is a time for you to expand and move ahead and to find your assertiveness. It's like to breathe your own fire almost, to be able to really step up. This is quite extraordinary, actually. Very, very powerful reading, very powerful energy. It's as though this is really time for you to almost like aim and fire, not be held back anymore by anybody else's perspectives. It's almost like, whatever their thoughts, that's their problem, that's their pathway, for you to step away and not be involved in something that is holding you back in any way, shape or form. How interesting that the Queen of Wands has shown herself. And this is an interesting deck because I do feel that the Queen of Wands here is very centered. You know, the Queen of Wands is a fiery, passionate, transformational energy. And here you have somebody who actually looks very calm and peaceful in her own empowerment. Let's just draw more cards. I am seeing more coming through for you. Here we find out about the message that needs to come through. This is, I think this is all about you finding your own empowerment in some kind of a circumstance or situation. Let's just press that focus button on the... Oh, no, it didn't focus the button, it put the light on. Let me put the light back on for you. Turn the light down, see if we can get that to focus and make sure that you can see the cards. I hope that that is working. Okay, if anybody can recommend a really good camera variety, do please let me know in the comments. I have tried so many different ones and I never seem to quite find one that really, I think, really holds all of the cards as clearly as I'd like. So do please let me know if anybody can recommend anything. You have the Queen of Wands, you have the World. You have the Nine of Wands and the Emperor. Ooh. This is true empowerment right in the centre. You have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. We also have the Moon and the Sun. Wow. Okay. Right, let's just put those there for one moment. This is fascinating. With the World, this is both an ending and a new beginning, and that's what we're kind of seeing here. And look how weary the Nine of Wands is here. This person really looks as though they have worked so hard to be here and are now very weary. I do feel that your cards are suggesting that you are about to rebirth. Maybe you have seen somebody or seen or recognised how a situation or indeed how you have been holding yourself back. Something has been seen, something has been noticed. I think it's come to your awareness, hence the introspection. You can see it, you know what's been going on. I wonder with the Moon and the Sun, and look at the World, this eye, I wonder whether something is revealed that brings to a close. Or maybe you have, either you've seen something for what it is, you've understood it, you've recognised it, or something is about to be seen. I do feel there is an awareness here of you seeing how much either someone has drained you or that you've given away your power or how much you have allowed something inadvertently to continue to happen. And this is the point of power for you. This is the moment of like stepping up into your own empowerment, very calmly, I would add, as well. Very calmly stepping up into your own empowerment. Though somebody maybe gives you a helping hand as well. It's interesting we have the Five of Pentacles. Look how different this energy is. Does someone come in and give you a helping hand? Does someone reach out to you at a time when you were feeling quite pushed out in the cold? And this enables you to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. I think we need to get a little bit more information. Let's just sit with your energy first off. I am seeing you move into a place of genuine expansion and empowerment. The partnership could be someone reaching out. Perhaps there is partnership energy coming in to lift you out of a place where you have been feeling as though the world is a bit barren, or it hasn't been supporting you, or you're on your own with things. Someone comes along and offers you a helping hand. There's a connection. And within that connection, it lifts you. It prevents you from, again, letting yourself be victimized. Or this is really, as I said, it's very, very empowering. It does seem to take you into the source of you. Like internally, it puts you in touch with, it's almost like any element within you that has bought into something like that. Any element within you that has kind of enslaved you to the attitudes or perspectives of others, or stopped you from stepping into your own power. And you may even have found yourself really quite weary. But there's a big sudden boost. There's like a big spurt of energy here. You've got the Ace of Wands. That's a big spurt of energy. You've got the Sun. You've got the Emperor. Let's draw more cards and check in on this. Maybe get a little bit more information for my pile ones about what's the helping hand about. Is someone coming in? Now, somebody may already be around you that comes in to give you a helping hand, to help to lift you. I feel that you're meant to look forwards, but you're also looking forwards through introspection. You've learned, you've seen something, you recognize something. May we kindly ask for a bit more Six of Swords? Yeah, you're moving beyond something here with the Six of Swords. So you are seeing clearly, you're seeing beyond something, and I think someone comes in to assist you, to give you a helping hand. Look at the hands coming in again. Many hands make light work. This is the Three of Pentacles, it's collaboration. And then we have the Six of Cups. I wonder if this removes blocks within your mind. If you have been feeling as though there would be no one here to help you, or no one to help to move you forwards. Someone coming in who can genuinely assist you in empowering yourself in some aspect of your world. I'm wondering how this pans out in the week ahead as well. You've got the King of Swords, and here is someone with a contract in their hand. This looks to me, my beautiful pile one, as if your first sort of immediate message is to let you know that a period of time where you have, I don't know, sort of almost like maybe felt a little bit at the mercy of life, you know, like just stuff hasn't run smoothly, or you've been wondering, you know, what's coming next kind of thing, is about to be over. And I think that the reason it's over is because there is some sort of collaboration coming into your world. Now, there isn't really an indication of love, so it feels a little bit more like maybe a business partnership, or a connection within friendship or community. Though it could be. I wouldn't rule out that any connection to partnership could also be love. But I'm not seeing a massive indication here that would suggest intimacy, more a strong relationship. Like there's unity here. There's there's connection, there's unity, there's potential longevity. You can do something together. You can make this work. And it kind of lifts you from a place, almost a place of worry, which is interesting. I mean, literally, actually, just a couple of days ago, I did some readings about, and thank you, those of you who follow my readings, you may well have found them. But the readings, what I was sort of guided to do were readings about something that is worrying you, something that's playing on your mind. And I feel as though this is lifting you from something that was playing on your mind. something that had been weighing heavy, or you might want to go and check those readings out. If you go onto the homepage, this should be the last big reading that I posted. I do feel that this is lifting, but what's changing it is a connection in some way. It's like somebody giving you a helping hand, or whereas you were feeling, gosh, almost on your own with things a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it's either in front of you, or and there is the possibility, or it's about to arrive. Let's ask about the week ahead. May we kindly ask about the week ahead? What might emerge? So you've got the Three of Swords. Ooh, look at this open book. Now, the Three of Swords is interesting because it is, I suppose, traditionally, it can be about a time to heal from a broken heart. But look at all the letters coming out of the books of this page. Turning into sort of little birds, like turning into freedom. And then you have the King of Wands. We have the Queen here. I think this is literally, I almost want to say you couldn't write it. You know when synchronicities happen? We get it in readings sometimes, don't we? Where I can just be talking about something and you just take out the next card and there it is, exactly what I was just talking about. And I always think, I feel so humbled in those moments because it's just like, wow, Source, Spirit, you did this. Wow, that's amazing. So we've got this Three of Swords, this book opening. Something is lifted. Something is being transformed. Yeah, maybe there is somebody, you can become an open book. But something is, the King of Wands is at the top of his game. So I wonder if someone comes in to partner with you who really can lift you. It may be and help to expand you, but it can be a two-way arrangement. The exciting thing is it removes you from a place where you're feeling as though you're sort of almost like a victim to circumstances. It's one of those synchronicities, I think, those synchronistic moments when the timing just clicks into place just at a time when you were beginning to feel really quite depleted. Yeah, look at this, the Ten of Swords. I think something is ending. Look at this with somebody coming forwards with a man here, reaching out. The Ten of Swords can indicate, again, just feeling like you're sort of stabbed in the back, like the world is delivering you a bit of a curveball, or there's a big lifting here, a big lifting from perhaps a period of introspection, of review, of wondering quite what's coming next, to a place of empowerment. That is the real big shift. It does appear to be very present right now, looking at the week ahead. Maybe you are empowered to sort of write a different story. You are empowered. For some of you, you might even be moving in a slightly different direction as well. Let's just see if there's anything else to come through for the week ahead for you. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay. Knight of Cups is a card of romance in many ways. It suggests that something can move forwards quite quickly, quite exciting. You've got the Queen of Cups as well. You almost took my breath away. That's rather lovely. And then you have the Three of Wands. Look how we're on this, it's like we're on a ship here. The Knight of Cups is on the ship. The Queen of Cups is like she's on that vessel, or inside that vessel even maybe, but can see the sea, and then this ship. This is like your ship coming in. I think something here will move forwards very quickly. That's what I feel we're being shown as well. Something could move forwards really quite quickly this week. That's what the energy is. We always ask about in these readings. I post these readings every Sunday to get an immediate message for now. And thank you so much to those of you who follow them and give, letting me know in the comments when things are really resonating with you. So we're tuning into the energy of now, but they are timeless. You can find a reading wherever, whenever. You can go onto my website to find one, or indeed, get the universe to pick one for you. But I think this week, my pile one, your ship is coming in some way, shape or form. This is going to lift you. It's going to change how you feel. That's the real key here. From feeling as though you're a bit, gosh, do you need to burn your bridges? What's coming next? To a place where actually it's like you can see where you want to go next. It's a very different perspective and a very different vision of the future that comes in. It could be a whole new direction or an extension of what you do already, but this feels genuinely exciting. And I think, yeah, emotionally, I think you're going to feel pretty good about this, however this applies to your world. But it does feel as though it completes a period where you have been feeling like a slave to life or a victim to circumstances, that kind of energy. Pile one, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. Thank you to those of you who comment. It's really amazing to hear your stories. It really, really is. And do give me the thumbs up as well if this is really resonating. It really does help the channel. Tons and tons of love, Pile one. Pile two, welcome to your reading. You have Aletheia, which is actually a card of truth. Do you need to see something in black and white terms? You have the Oms symbol here in your charm, and Manaz, the rune of the self. Manaz is a rune that sort of mirrors itself. It's about recognizing. We've even got the similar shape here in the card, like two sides of something looking at themselves. I wonder if you are needing to see something, but of yourself in some way. Let's get more cards. What is the message that you need to know right now? We're going to get an immediate message, Mars motion, and we'll look at cards for the week ahead as well. May we kindly ask, what do we have? Ninth house exploration, motion and exploration. Do you need to be quite firm with yourself? See something clearly. Be prepared to look beyond the obvious mystery. Maybe you do need to look beyond the immediate. There's very strong energy. Mars energy is not obviously just about motion, but Mars is actually the god of war. So Mars it can be all about assertiveness and going for it kind of energy, motion, but it can also be a little bit impulsive. I wonder if you need to see something clearly before, explore something, discover something, lean into the great mystery, recognize that there are things maybe that you don't yet know. Let's find out more. May we kindly ask for more guidance, more information, whatever message. I think it is these two that you need to know. We have Advocate, inspires you to put compassion into action. Shadow attribute, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for your own personal gain. We have Teacher. Light attribute, your ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill or wisdom. Shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students. Teaching negative traits and destructive skills. I feel there is a need to really see something very, very clearly here. I almost want to say, don't jump to conclusions on something. Take some time to discover what is really there. Look at the truth. Everyone knows the truth when they really come across it because you can feel it. So I feel there is a need to really, and maybe also, we teach or we demonstrate through example. I feel there is a need to really investigate something very thoroughly before perhaps moving forwards. Or maybe you are moving forwards and there's a need to see something more clearly. Ability to communicate. Because if we're communicating, we lead by example, don't we? So what are your actions saying? What's the message that your actions are giving to people? Or indeed, are you around someone whose actions are saying one thing, but actually, or rather their voice is saying one thing, the words are saying one thing, but the actions are suggesting something different? Which is interesting, actually. At the time of doing this reading, we are in the moon time of the clan moon mothers of listening woman, which really does encourage us, often brings circumstances to the fore where we are needing to, it's almost like read between the lines, really see the truth of things. Let's get a bit more information. Well, your cards are certainly flying out, that's for sure. Okay, wow, you've got the Justice card. Wow. Okay, look at this is about your ability to see clearly. I also think with Justice is a card which is very much about being personally accountable. We are accountable to ourselves and to God. We need to, whatever, it's like there are karmic implications to our actions. It's the Om connection as well, I think. You have the Five of Pentacles and you have the Lovers. And the Lovers also is a card of what I would call maturity of choice, where we think about the choices that we're making, and the choices and the decisions we make, we do so with consciousness because we have developed a certain level of awareness. Now we then have our beautiful Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Now I think we have room for another card here. Let's draw one more and dive into the energy of your cards. Okay, you have the Nine of Cups, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. Lovely energy of emotional satisfaction. I feel like this reading has a lot of karmic energy, my beautiful pile twos. It's kind of like asking you to be very conscious of your thoughts, your words, your deeds, your actions. Is what you're doing congruent with what you want to see in the world? Because what you're growing, the seeds you're sowing are your thoughts, words, deeds, and actions in the now. I mean, this is how this is what we know. We're all manifesting all of the time. It's just that we're very often not doing it very consciously. I mean, it's a human thing, isn't it? We don't stop and really consider our actions. But I think you're being asked to really consider your actions, to consider your thoughts, your words, your actions. If something doesn't feel right, then think about what, again, think of the thoughts, words and actions of others as well. I feel we're being shown sort of two sides of the coin, which is both how other people are, but also it's like being asked to look at yourselves as well in some way, shape or form. Stop and smell the roses. This is about being what you want to see in the world and choosing to act in a manner that upholds it. And recognizing that you are shape-shifting energy all of the time. What do you want to put into the world? Think of the people around you who have been inspiring. Are you inspiring people? Is there someone around you that you actually have been following, who you were inspired by, but maybe you have now seen them and they're not as inspiring as you thought they were, in which case you actually have a choice as to how you respond. You don't have to follow suit. You can choose to explore further, to look at different options. Gosh, this is all about sort of consciousness and awareness, self-awareness. Let's ask about the week ahead. It's a very interesting reading, I have to say, extremely interesting. You have the World card. This did come out in pile 1. But I think this is about seeing something here. There's a vulnerability here as well. You have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. You have the 6 of Swords. This is going to be an interesting week, but I mean in a really positive way. I think there's really, gosh, you have the 7 of Swords, you have the 10 of Swords. I think something can be shifted this week. I think we will draw one more card as well for here. I think there is definitely space for one more card, and then we'll dive into the energy of the week ahead. No, that doesn't feel right. There it is. You've got the Page of Wands. Look at this incredible person. She is walking on like hot coals without any difficulty. Okay. Something I think can be put behind you this week. Now, this is about transforming something, and I do think it is bringing something to an end where there has been some sort of misperception, some sort of seeing some sort of either mistruth or something that has been hidden, or maybe you have had difficulty really looking at something yourself. It could be you looking at some aspect of your own perception here, and the key to the empowerment from that is to actually really acknowledge that for yourself. At the end of the day, if we have stuff going on and we're on autopilot, our autopilot responses, then we are sort of a little bit, we're not in the best place to do anything about it. Whereas if we really acknowledge, if we look within, we really acknowledge what's going on, and we really see the truth of something, then we are empowered to take action. So whether it is in response to someone who you see really clearly what's going on, or indeed you recognize within yourself that something, it's like you're facing up to something here, facing the truth of something, facing the reality of something, exploring something enough for it not to be an unknown quantity. It's taking the time to explore it so that you know where you stand, so that you can act from the greatest position of awareness and empowerment. Now, whatever that situation is, I think you are going to be able to move it forwards very successfully this week. That's what it seems to be. We seem to see here, moving something forward successfully. And I think it will shift very quickly. At the moment, I think it's possibly a bit of a burden. It's like maybe it weighs a bit, it's taking up your bandwidth almost. But I suspect something can shift very quickly this week. I wonder why. Is that because you recognise either your own vulnerability or someone else's? Inspires you to put compassion into action. Whereas the shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes that are about your own personal gain or somebody else doing it for their personal gain. This is a beautiful Ten of Swords, because it's not only is something coming to an end, but it's coming to an end with awareness. Like something, maybe even something is... I just think you see the truth of something. In essence, that's what your reading is about, pile 2. You are able, and this is what your primary message is about, and I think it follows through into the week ahead. You are able to really see the truth of a situation. Now, if somebody has been kind of pulling the wool over your eyes, or they haven't been entirely truthful with you, you will be able to see it, I suspect. You may even have a gut feeling about what this is about already. But instead of letting it burden you, this is about almost being grateful for the fact that you now know, and observing them with compassion, recognizing that there will be underlying motives as to why they are acting as they are. You know, seeing somebody as being quite childlike, perhaps. You know, somebody who almost ties themselves in knots. So it could be that something comes to light in response to someone else, but it could also be some element of yourself that you really do some inner soul searching, but in the most positive way, because by acknowledging some kind of a pattern within yourself, you're able to move away from it and take actions that hold the light, take actions that are owning your personal responsibility. It's incredibly empowering. This honestly, part 2 is like the real deep soul searching stuff of where humanity is at this moment in time as we navigate, you know, a period of what, I mean, this can only be described as profound accelerated growth. Absolute profound accelerated growth with so much possibility, but a lot of really facing up to things at the same time. Beautiful souls. I think this is your reading. I can check and see if maybe there's some more cards, but I feel this is what we're being shown. It's really just feels as though this is very much manners about you, the self, and about moving. We have 2 cards showing themselves. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. Actually, we couldn't have 2 more beautiful cards to complete your reading. The Wheel of Fortune is suggesting that the energy can really turn around. Actually, something can move forwards and it brings you back into balance. So whether you've been dealing with someone else, as I say, who's not been completely truthful, but now you know where you stand, and with compassion you can move forwards. Or indeed, there's just been some element within yourself where you haven't really quite been able to understand what's driving you, you know, what's pushing you forwards, why you feel a particular way. Something is brought to light. And it brings you back into balance. It's. I mean, she's so peaceful. It feels as though you find your peace with something here. And that in itself is, I mean, it's a huge contribution. Hence the sort of, you know, how we lead by example. Because this is a huge example of being able to demonstrate through ourselves to contribute to the greater collective, to the high vibration, to the transformational energy in the most positive way of the greater collective through our own actions and acts of self-responsibility. So this is pretty powerful, really, my beautiful pile too. This is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really honoured to read for you. This is a reading of really, really big depth and really, really significant soul awareness. So it's a real honour to be connected with all of you. Thank you for being here. Tons and tons of love. If this is resonating with you, do give me the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so that you never, ever, ever miss a reading. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. This is quite an exciting energy, actually, in your reading. I feel that you are potentially about to get some kind of a breakthrough moment. And I think this might be what your message is about. So we're going to get an immediate message for you, and then we're going to look at the week ahead. But this does feel like you push through to something here. You've got Dagaz, the rune of breakthrough, and it feels like an amazing breakthrough because the thread as well is about being really fundamentally connected to your kind of calling, to who you are, what you're meant to be doing right now. This feels really, really exciting. Let's see what your cards are telling us. Welcome, beautiful souls, welcome. Wow, this does feel really, really exciting. This one. Let's draw your oracle cards first. I am seeing this one, and actually it's that little one in there. Okay, so you have Venus Beloved, Gemini cross-pollinate and Mercury messages. Okay, so there's so much about communication here. So much. You also have Virgin, light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. The shadow attribute is fear of intimate union. Avenger, ooh, gosh, light attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Okay, this is quite interesting. Let me just adjust the camera. Okay, there we are. We have got everything in view. Now, beloved, cross-pollinate. This is about connection. It's about meeting people. This is about connections, meeting people. This is an interesting card, though, to have here. The Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice. I wonder if the breakthrough is to do with either collaborating or meeting with people who have the same vision as you, who really strive to bring about the same thing as you. It looks to me to be a very positive outcome here. With the thread almost kind of says, you know, you're on track, you can't go wrong. So I wonder if we are really leaning into the light attributes where, like, maybe you're joining forces with someone to spread messages into the world or to take something forwards that really helps to it helps to support purity of heart, spirit. Let's get more information. What are we being shown here? Let me just check in. I do feel there could be a collaboration of some sort here. It may also be that there is some fear around the collaboration. There could even be some anxiety. What if this person or these people aren't singing on the same page? What if you're not... Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of anxiety about it, you know, or a fear of making a connection to someone or, you know, something, or, you know, a group of people to collaborate, a fear of it, of, you know, are they singing on the same page? Are you moving in the same direction? Let's see what else we have. We have... Look at this. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so we've got a helping hand. I do think this is largely about some kind of a connection or collaboration of some sort. I do think it's a breakthrough. You have the Three of Swords, which is very interesting, because look at the letters coming out of the book of the pages. I mean, this is about opening something up. It could even be that you are healing. You're collectively going to heal. Like together you can put some healing, something of benefit into the world. You have the Chariot. You have the Seven of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Empress. And the King of Swords. Okay. Look at the contract in his hand. The Empress is about fertility. Ace of Pentacles. I wonder if there is the potential to collaborate with somebody or to connect with someone in some way, shape or form. But collaboration seems to be the right sort of flavour. At the end of the day, whatever we are, you know, any connection with people, we are potentially collaborating, whether it's intimately or in a more working way. I feel this is more to do with work or a contract of some sort. Working together on something to bring something forth. That's what it's feeling like. It looks as though this is potentially very fruitful with the Empress and the King of Swords together. Like a really good combination of something that can naturally emerge alongside someone who's very clear and kind of logical, who can sort of almost attend, like if you are a particularly creative person, and then you meet somebody who's actually able to handle the logical side of a business arrangement. It's like a two-way process here, I feel. Now, the Chariot would suggest that something, even look at this, you've got two geese flying together. I actually think this is about some kind of collaboration. If this is not resonating with you, it may not be the right reading for you, beautiful souls. This is about a collaboration. I think it's you could be feeling a little bit prickly, a little bit defensive around it. It's understandable. Maybe it's a big commitment. You could be wondering whether this is something that is really going to be as fruitful as you would want it to be. I think there is a little bit of sitting on the fence, a little bit of prickliness around here. Could be on both sides. Could be you're meeting that in the other person, or you could be feeling that in yourself. You could be concerned. What if somebody is not entirely 100% open? Maybe there's more inquiry even that's needed here. I think everything is looking rather good, and it feels on track, and yet there is a degree of potentially a little bit of fear or reticence around this, either on your part or on theirs or on both. I would say from the way the cards are showing up that this is looking to be a very, very, very fruitful collaboration. I think we better get some more information. Mercury is all about communication. I wonder if you need to communicate to find out more. Look at the Eight of Wands. Look at the geese flying in unison. And this is a fast-moving card. It may be that there is a decision to make with the card of Justice. I think this is going to move forwards quite quickly, actually. My beautiful pile 3. This is looking very fruitful, actually. I think maybe there is a need to move to something where it's maybe there are contracts to be signed. You also have the Sun. I'm going to draw cards in a moment to ask about the coming week, but I do feel that what I'm being shown here is a really, really fruitful collaboration. I do feel that's what we're being shown, my beautiful pile 3s. I can see there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of, gosh, do I, don't I, will it be okay, won't it be okay? But this is suggesting that this is worthy of moving forwards, really. It looks as though this really can, I can see the hesitation, but I think this is really worthy of moving forwards. Let's ask about the week ahead. Let me kindly ask about the week ahead. Let's see what we have here. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Aha. Look at her investing, cooking, baking. This is like, putting something in the oven and waiting for it. Then, it's like waiting for the bread to rise. You may not see an immediate reward. It wouldn't be like, I don't know, buying a ticket and buying a lottery ticket and you win. There's work to be done. But I think this is worthy of investment. You have the Four of Wands as well, which is a card of celebration. Can also indicate a commitment. We have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of mutuality, generosity. This is, I think this will be a connection of mutual benefit. And it will be very equal. I think it will benefit both parties. You have the Star, oh my goodness me, and you have the King of Pentacles. I mean, wow. So the King of Pentacles is this is the lottery win of the tarot. This is success on the material plane. The Star, the direction you're meant to go in. If you have been having doubts about a connection, a collaboration, and I do feel that's there and it's present, this would suggest that this will move forwards. I think it will be extremely worthy of the investment. It will be mutually beneficial in a very equal way. All parties are going to receive from this. And my goodness me, Wow, 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 wow. There's something really very special about this. I think it can really benefit. It can put something good into the world. It's not just something that is just any old thing. I think it is something that is genuinely of benefit to the world at large. So that it's got such a feel-good factor about it as well as being, I suspect, immensely profitable. Pile 3, wow. This is your reading. I sort of almost want to just draw a few more cards and get a little bit of a sneaky peek into the future, but this feels really, really valuable, and I can understand the hesitation. Perhaps it's a big commitment, but this looks good. This really looks good. You've got the Ace of Wands, and you have the Death card, which is phenomenal. So the Death card is all about rebirth, transformation. I think this will be very, I would almost say life-changing, actually, with the Death card. Literally life-changing. The Ace of Wands is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. If you have in any way really sort of been wondering if you're on track or wondering if you're ever going to be able to bring something to fruition, this is taking it to like a whole new level. This would be the thing that comes in that is really, really transformative. It really does look quite phenomenal, actually. And there's your last card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. This is life-changing. I don't know what else to say. I think this is a life-changing connection, actually. It's really, really ultra transformational. A life-changing connection. Things can genuinely really, it changes the land. It's like it changes the landscape of your world in some way, shape or form. But I suppose something that's really successful does change the landscape of our worlds, because it's going to, isn't it? It would be like rocketing to success, and then, you know, what you then do with the success. So I think it opens a lot of doors for you in terms of different avenues and where your world may go. Gosh, pile 3, do keep me posted. Clearly this is going to require some genuine work and investment before it comes to fruition, but do let me know in the comments, and, you know, come back. I know some of you follow these readings week in, week out. Do touch base and let me know. Sometimes I absolutely love it when I kind of get a message from you guys, and it'll say, hey, you know, 6 months ago I was doing this, this and this, and now here I am, you know. So do keep us posted. It's really lovely to hear what is happening in your worlds. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. It's a real honour and a privilege to read for you. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And if you have enjoyed this, do please share it with others and give me the thumbs up. Tons of love.